Imagine a world where connecting with someone meant writing a letter and waiting days, even weeks, for a response. Where capturing a moment required a bulky camera and hours in a darkroom. Seems unimaginable now, right? Today, we carry supercomputers in our pockets. But how did we get here? What were the key moments, the visionary breakthroughs, that took us from clunky gadgets to the sleek technology we can't live without? And what's next? Let's take a journey through time and explore the fascinating evolution of the gadgets we rely on every day. In this video, we'll dive deep into the history of three everyday tech marvels: the phone, the computer, and the camera. We'll uncover the origins, the mind-blowing transformations, and what the future holds. Let's start with one of the most revolutionary devices in history, the telephone. It all began in 1876 when Alexander Graham Bell made that first call. "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." That call was just 19 words, but it changed the world forever. Can you imagine living in a time where just hearing someone's voice was an absolute marvel? No texting, no apps, just voices traveling down a wire. Over the decades, phones got lighter, smaller, and more affordable. But it wasn't until 2007 when a single device changed everything: the iPhone. Steve Jobs described it as a phone, an iPod, and an internet communicator all in one. Sound familiar? And here we are today. Now let me ask you, what do you think is next for phones? Foldable screens? Or maybe, just maybe, phones we wear inside our bodies? Now let's talk about computers. In 1946, ENIAC, the world's first electronic computer, weighed over 27 tons. Imagine needing an entire room just to run a simple calculation. But here's something to ponder. Would anyone back then have imagined that, decades later, we'd be working on computers thin enough to fit into a bag? Or that we'd use them not just for math, but for creating music, designing, gaming, even finding love online? What do you think? Will the future bring computers we control with our minds? Or ones that predict our thoughts before we even type? We've come a long way from ENIAC to MacBooks, and we're only scratching the surface. Now let's talk cameras. Did you know that the first photograph ever taken took 8 hours to capture? Imagine trying to take a selfie back then. Fast forward to the 20th century, and cameras transformed, capturing memories faster and with more detail. From film to digital, and now right there on your smartphone. But what does the future hold? Imagine cameras that capture smells, or even emotions. Think it sounds like science fiction? Think again. We've seen gadgets grow, shrink, and become essential parts of our lives. But now we're entering a new phase, one where tech and humans could become inseparable. What would you want in a future phone, computer, or camera? A phone embedded in your skin? A camera that records your dreams? A computer you can control just by thinking? From Bell's simple words to computers the size of a room, to the rise of AI-powered cameras, our technology has transformed not only our lives, but how we connect, create, and remember. And here's the thing, it's still evolving. We're only at the beginning of what's possible. So tell us in the comments, what's the tech device that you can't live without? And what you hope to see next? We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this journey through time, make sure to subscribe to Origin of Bytes. There's a lot more to explore, because the future is just getting started. As we look ahead, who knows what's next? Phones embedded in our skin? Cameras that capture emotions? The possibilities are endless, and the evolution of technology is just beginning.